spots.
Hey guys, welcome to DMOA Outdoors. We're here in Kansas City, Missouri, hitting some public land. Go see if we can find some deer today.
It's about 12 degrees out today. Still got a little snow on the ground. It's a great time to get out, do a little scouting. You can see where the tracks are. You can kind of see late season right now. It's after season here in the state of Missouri. What our plan and goal is today is to get out and just kind of do a little overview of this public land area we're on. You know, we can see where the tracks are. We can see kind of where they're feeding at, the paths and routes they're taking. We can see if there's any turkey in this area and region. It's just kind of a basic overview of this area. So stay tuned, stay with us, like, subscribe, and
from the woods to the wall.
That's right.
Freeze our butts off.
That they go into that thick stuff.
Yeah.
When people don't think they do. I mean, they utilize that stuff. They'll bed down. The road's right over here. And a lot of times that's where you hunt these deer at, is like literally right on the roads where those deer will sit, but people don't think that they will. Prime little spots.
Kicked up that deer. We will learn. Oh, there it is. Psst. It just ran again.
Now let's slow things down for a moment and appreciate the simple beauty of these tracks in the snow. They're like nature's breadcrumbs, guiding us through this wintry wonderland we see today. Each print tells a story of a deer passing through, leaving behind a delicate imprint of its journey. By looking at the depth and spacing of these tracks here, we can start piecing together the deer's movements and habits. So today, we're going to continue to follow their trail and uncover the mysteries hidden within.
So, if we get to the top of this hill here, we'll get to that field where we were going to do the deer drive, and we'll see if it's been mowed down or not. If it has, then we can just overlook it. If it hasn't, we could do a little mini deer run ourselves and see what happens, and then meet them up by the lone soldier tree. That trail I was telling you about.
wants to say that this right here is probably a buck bed, based on how big the body size is compared to this one, like maybe a little yearling. They can smell the, you know, if anything's coming from the direction. Down over this valley right here, you can see if anything pops up over the top of that valley, and they got good exit points all the way around them here. But they are bedding down in this area big time at the moment. That's for sure. Behind us here, we can see where those deer are bedded on top of that ridge over there. Now that we've gotten here to the next ridge, on the other side over here, there's another little valley that goes down. So what those deer are doing, we can really tell in the snows, they're sitting up on top of these ridges where they got a great view to the right, to the left, in front of them, behind them. They have good visualization of everything. So if there's a predator coming of any kind, they can see them and get out of danger quickly. A lot of times they'll come and they'll bed up in these areas like this. It's because they have more protection from the wind, the rain, the snow, the sleet, anything. Even in the summertime, if it's really hot and the sun's bearing down on them, they'll even come in here and they'll bed down just because the canopy of this is going to be a lot better to keep them cooler. Here is nature's best windicator.
Just saw some deer cross from right to left of this path. And they went into this thicket here, off to the left here. This thicket right in here.
As we wandered through this snowy landscape, remember, sometimes the best way to hunt is simply follow the clues left behind by nature herself. Now don't wait for hunting season to get to know your landscape. When the snow blankets the ground, it's prime time for scouting. Venturing out into the off-season allows you to witness the secret lives of white-tailed deer firsthand.
I mean, this is a highway right here.
Yeah.
You can see it.
See that deer at all?
No.
We didn't see the one coming from your way.
No, that was running.
No.
It was down in the woods over here.
Uh-huh.
And we spooked it. It stood there for a second, looked at us, and it ran this direction.
Yeah, it ran out towards this field
We
here.
were thinking maybe you guys would see it the way you guys came up this way. Other than that, we found a bunch of deer beds. They were sitting up on top of those ridges, and where they could see to the right, see to the left, they had private land behind them. And so they knew they were safe behind them. They could see to the right, see to the left, and see in front of them where they were just sitting on those little ridge tops.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. We went to the next one, and there was another, bedding spot.
Yeah, we actually
Nice.
saw three. The first one we spooked up. And then that one you saw out in that open field,
Yeah.
we tried to capture, and then the one that spooked out this way.
We were walking up the hill from the creek, and once again from the right of the path, crossed over to the left, two or three deer, I can't remember.
Did find milkweed pod. I spread the seeds for all the little
Oh, yeah.
seedlings to germinate and make more
More
for the
milkweed?
world to see.
You're
For
on
the
windsock.
butterflies. Yes, for the windicator. But no, I spread the seeds for the little butterflies to enjoy next year.
You know what's great about milkweed, I've come to find out, is that I find it at my kids' soccer games.
Hey, wherever you can find it.
That's where
That is funny, though.
dude, I'll leave with like 30 or 40 little pods.
You go to the woods to find it. Like I've done that
And you
before.
can't?
I've gone and I'm like, okay, today my mission is I'm gonna go find milkweed. I go out to the field and I'm like, it's gotta be around here somewhere. Don't find nothing. And like you say, you go to a soccer game.
You got to find soccer fields. It's everywhere. Soccer fields is like the prime spot.
This place is loaded with tracks, though.
It is.
It is. There's tracks
deer
everywhere.
in here.
All over the place. You see any turkey tracks?
Nope.
Nope, haven't seen any turkey.
Do you see a lot of people whenever you come in here?
It's hit and miss. So this area goes through kind of a revolution. I've been hunting this for about 12 years, and I'd say about every 5 or 6 seasons, you'll catch a season where you get to basically hunt this place on your own because no one wants to be here. And during those years, that's when I've shot most of my deer here is when I haven't seen too many hunters.
I think they always hear city deer are the biggest deer out there.
They are.
I believe
I've always
I've
thought
read
that.
statistics too of like counties that hold the biggest bucks. You know, Boone and Crockett's like statistics, and Jackson County is one of them.
Yeah.
Just because of that reason. Our topography of our land, the conservation that they have here, the sanctuaries they have that you can't hunt, and those deer get massive. You want to know something interesting too? This
What's
tree
that?
we're standing under right now, it is a honey locust.
Oh,
You can tell a honey locust branch by the zigzag pattern of it. That one's not a very good example. But if you look at this right here,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
the branches will make a zigzag
Uh-huh.
back and forth like that. It's one of the only trees that does that.
Honey locust?
Uh-huh. And one of the big diets of a deer late in the season are these pods right here. They, I've sat her in a stand before where these have been on the ground, and they'll sit there and just devour these little bean pods up, or honey, honey locust pods. But big deer diet. If you look on the ground, you
There's
may see a
footprints
few,
everywhere.
but there's not gonna be a lot of them. But if you ever find a honey locust late in the season, hunt it.
All right, guys, we're gonna go do one last little run on our way back to the truck and see what we can bust up. I'm gonna head back down to the main drag. You guys are gonna push through the woods, and we're gonna see what we can't get on video on the other side. So we'll see you in a bit.
know whenever we know.
They cut in and they go this way. Or you can go in and follow this in even farther and figure out where they're at inside of that thick stuff.
In the cold winter months, deer have to adapt to their diet to survive the harsh conditions. They mainly rely on the twigs and buds of hardwood trees, such as oaks, maples, and birches. These provide them with some nutrients and energy, but not enough to sustain them for the long haul. That's why deer also look for other sources of food such as acorns, corn, wheat, and lespedisa. These are high-calorie foods that can help deer replenish their fat reserves and stay warm all winter long. So if you want to scout and track deer in the off-season, you need to be aware of their food preferences and habits, and use them to your advantage.
Right now I look like the white trash kid that come out of the trailer park with the mullet cut that I got going on. Dang, we got full parking lot, boys. Gentlemen, I felt like it was a good day today. We learned a lot.
We did.
Definitely easier to track these deer with the snow on the ground, kind of see their movements. One thing I learned today was kind of what they're feeding on at the moment. With that honey locust tree, you know, we could see that they were in there just hammering that tree, where they were using the bathroom there, to be not too gross about it, but you could see where the droppings were, and that they were just going to that thing big time. Another thing I learned today was that the bedding areas, that they were using them on top of the hillsides, where they could see out big time. You can really see those beds definitely this time of year with that snow where they're laying in it and melting it. And so like we saw, the body size of it
Absolutely.
Kind of where
Smaller one.
the smaller bodies to the bigger bodies. I mean,
Yep.
there was a couple we thought were probably bucks today,
Yeah.
just because the body size of them things were huge.
And we
But-
saw, tons of areas where they're bedding under the cedars as well.
Underneath the cedars,
For,
yep.
for cover.
Well, it was an exciting day. I had a great time.
That was fun.
It was fun getting boots on the ground, getting out and tracking some stuff. You could see what was fresh. You could see what wasn't fresh, you know. Made it a little easier.
Well, we didn't exactly have deer lining up for the camera today. Sometimes it's not about the trophy shot, but the adventure itself. And we got a crash course in deer lifestyle, where they were bedding, what they were snacking on, and all thanks to those telltale tracks in the snow. Do us a favor, give us a like and subscribe so we can keep the adventures coming your way.